What can you do to help make America healthy again? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Prosper Nutrition Show, where we want you to prosper and be in health. My name is Jason Steves. I am a nutrition professional at the Nutrition and Health Center, and I'm joined by my co-host Steve Steves, who is a certified clinical nutritionist and naturopath, owner and founder at the Nutrition and Health Center. And as I mentioned, we're talking today about Make America Healthy Again, MAHA, right? That whole thing that people have been getting excited about, especially in the health field, in regard to Robert Kennedy. Is it Robert Kennedy Jr.? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Kennedy Jr. and him working with Trump to help on the, getting our foods cleaner. So it's an important topic and it's going to impact all of us in different ways. So we're really excited about it. And we've been doing this for 30 years, helping people get healthy, trying to make America healthy down here in Houston, Texas. So Steve, yeah, you've been working on this. What is your take on this whole Make America Healthy Again? What are you seeing with this?
Well, when I first heard the term, Jason, immediately my thoughts go back to who's responsible. Folks, it's not the government that's going to make
Mm,
America healthy again. It's you and me. We should go back to Robert Kennedy's uncle, John F. Kennedy, who said, "Don't think of what your country can do for you, but
mm,
what you can do for your country." What are
nice.
you doing to change your community, to change your family, to change your country, to make it great again, like the days when we did have a healthy America? What did that look like? Well, in the Trinity Diet book, we have a checklist of a healthy specimen. I'm not going to even give you any information on that. You need that book. That book, The Trinity Diet, will inspire and transform your life if you apply the simple principles to healthy living there. So the
Where can they
focus,
find that book, Steve?
Amazon has it, and we have it at the Nutrition and Health Center.
Okay, so Amazon, go to Amazon and type in the Trinity Diet.
The Trinity Diet, yes. Now, the focus being in all of the leaders in key positions, the NIH, HELP, which is the Health, Education, and Labor Pension Committee, the FDA, the CDC. They saw that the controlling powers there were only trying to mandate things to happen that generate money, that create fear over infectious diseases. Well, we all get infected every day, but if we were responsible with our health, and we were seeing a reversal in chronic degenerative diseases, then our body's immune system is able to handle infection. I traveled overseas. I didn't get vaccinated. Jason, you traveled overseas with many missionary groups. You never were vaccinated. You went with a healthy body and a knowing of how to take care of yourself that allowed you to be around a lot of infectious microbes and viruses and parasites and fungal forms and molds in unusual situations in different countries that you knew your body could adapt and
Mm.
create an immune defense system in order to protect you and keep you healthy. In fact, Jason, you went on a mission trip, your first one, where everyone on the trip got sick except for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was the only one that did not get the required vaccinations.
Yeah.
That's what they say. They say you have to do these vaccinations. And when I first hear that, I was like, oh, really? Maybe I won't be able to go. But essentially, what they're doing is they're trying to, it's twofold. They're trying to get you to do the vaccinations. And then if you don't do the vaccinations, they're trying to get you to sign off on, whether or not, you're taking your health in your own hands kind of thing.
Yeah,
So, but as you mentioned, Steve, like our body has an amazing ability to adapt. Our immune system has the amazing ability to recognize and delete and remove foreign invaders. And that's the power that God has put in our bodies to repair itself, to identify issues and remove them, to repair. And that's something that so many people don't understand. I think, still it's going to be something we're going to need to keep educating on because the prevailing mindset of the health community, even people who are wanting to make America healthy again, is great. But the prevailing medical mindset is a, germs make us sick mindset rather than what we teach, which is helping you understand that if your body is healthy, germs are taken care of. You don't, obviously you're not gonna go and like drown yourself in germs on purpose. That wouldn't be smart, but you take care of your body, your health, it takes care of these little things here and there that you come in contact with.
exactly. I think, Jason, about COVID, and I remember for the first year and a half of COVID, I had a lot of people coming in saying, "Hey, I've been exposed. I don't want to get COVID. What can I do?" And we worked with them. And so we had a lot of exposure to COVID for a long period of time, from 2019, 2020, and then about three-fourths of the way, a little over half of the way through 2021, we got sick with COVID. Was that because my body said, I can't take it anymore? There's been too much exposure. No, it was handling the exposure, killing the microbes, maintaining the health. But I
You're
and
just
my,
worn out.
well, yeah, I let myself get worn down.
Yeah,
There was a time when your daughters from Virginia were in town, Madeline and Elise. We
right.
had spent a lot of time at doing things, eating things, staying up late, uh, getting a lot of abnormal lifestyle for a grandpa to do. And this papa weakened his body. And as soon as they left, we got sick with COVID. And it was interesting is during the time they were here, I would skip a lot of my daily intake of vitamin C, probiotic, zinc, all of the nutrients that are on the immune bundle, which should be really, I don't know, we didn't talk about it, Jason, but the bundle for immunity should be discounted for based on this presentation today because our immune resilience can be maintained more. And I found that I've been exposed to a lot of infectious diseases since that time. And now it's 3 years I have not been sick, but I learned a lesson that has helped keep me protected. So I'm taking more vitamin C. I'm not skipping meals. I
Right.
deliberately, even when there's fun things to do, I have to step back when it gets too late, make sure I get home, get my rest, don't let my body get broken down, know my limitations on how much junk food I can consume.
Yeah.
If I want to go out and treat myself, I can do that, but I have to know how to protect and what my limitations are.
Hmm.
And we all just have to learn that. It's a learning process. Here I am going to be 66 years old this month, and I'm still learning. I love learning. We've
Hmm.
talked about this, Jason. We're created to be learners because Isaiah 55 talks about God knowing all things and his ways being so far above our ways and his thoughts above our thoughts. And so we really should have this craving every day to want to know how God thinks. We can learn that obviously spending time with him in his word, spending time with other believers who are seeking him as well, and their insights and their input are remarkable. They don't have to oftentimes be at any educated, formal education level above you, wherever you've gone with your ability and connection with others, we want to have a teachable spirit, a teachable mind and heart. And that's where God can do some mighty things. I've learned so much through my clients all these years, the
Right.
formal education that I'm still taking and that have continued to take in clinical nutrition and biblical theology and other areas, it doesn't match the relational wisdom that is acquired through helping others, through laying our lives down for others. It's just, it's the God thing. Jesus said it. I didn't come to be served, but I came to serve others and make myself a sacrifice. And I pray for those listening today, Romans 12 and verse 2, that you will purpose in your heart, make yourself a living sacrifice. Holy, I mean, set apart to God, acceptable to Him. And Paul refers to those Corinthians as saying, or to the Romans, that this is your reasonable act of service. Ephesians also, he pointed out, or Galatians, I'm trying to remember the passage when he said, by grace we are saved through faith. It's not of our own, it's a gift from God. The next verse saying, but we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for a good work. So, folks, you've got the bodies, the strength, the stamina. Be ready in 2025. We're going to have some additional
Mhm.
agendas going on. We're going to be doing public gatherings at our office. They're going to
Mhm.
happen. Our first one, Jason, tell them a little
Yes.
bit about that if you would. It's going to be on the 10th, is that correct, of January?
Right. Friday, January 10th, we're going to be having a class, a weight loss class. And we're going to be teaching you about weight loss, about how the body works in weight loss. Not, and we're going to be giving you a system that you can use throughout your lifetime, not just a fad diet or some, weight loss program. It's really learning how the body works and how you can lose the weight, keep it off. If you lose weight correctly, it actually reduces your risks to different health issues. But if you're doing something like taking medication or drugs or something to kind of lose weight or like starving yourself, that approach actually increases different health risks. And so that's something that when we are teaching people about losing weight, we teach you how to do it right, and usually people are much healthier, from that point and beyond in their life. And so that's something y'all need to check out. Get in touch with our office, 281-440-0024. Get signed up for that class, and you'll be getting some good information about weight loss and
Yeah,
improving
and
health.
they'll have an opportunity, Jason, to meet with other people who have succeeded
Yeah,
and love just gathering together.
right,
You said something during that information that was inspiring in the area of the fads that are out there and diets out there, and I thought about
right.
myself. There's a lot of people that just starve themselves of carbohydrates. And low
Mhm.
blood sugar is linked to a lot of different problems with anxiety, depression, low serotonin levels that affect sleep. And so sleep disorders are related to that. So I'll tell you this, I enjoy my carbohydrates. I eat a lot of them, but through the wisdom of some of the tools that we're going to share in this weight loss system that we're going to uh, reveal on the 10th of January, there's so many tools that are available for your health toolbox that there's no way that you can't lose weight. You will, and you'll start to achieve that
If you
optimal weight
don't do
range.
it, you won't.
Right, unless you don't.
That's the only way if you don't do it.
Well, I think about the current weight that I'm at, and it's still maintaining. Recently, I found a tool, and I'll share it with everybody, and everybody knows a little bit about how the thyroid's involved, but I was doing a lot for the thyroid. but I still had struggles with thyroid. And so I did some food and chemical sensitivity testing, and I got those sensitivities to foods and chemicals out of the way in conjunction with, and I will share this at the class, using a specific way to implement further uptake for the production of T3
Mm.
and T4, triiodothyronine and thyroxine. Your body makes those, and they are specific iodine-rich molecules. How can I assure having enough iodine to make those hormones so that your metabolic burn, that thermostat is cranked up and you are burning and going?
Mhm.
And turning 66 this month, I think about now additional things to do. Like Jason, I know your son, we went and played top golf, and I
Mhm.
love golf. And I thought, I'm going to take Jude and we're going to go hit some golf balls. So I'm adding to my repertoire of activities, physical activity with age, and people can do that as they manage their lifestyle to make sure that they get nourished well. Recently had one of our clients who's 89 years old. It's a man that has had a fairly healthy lifestyle, took nutrients, exercise, but he had been through some infectious situations on his arm, and it slowed him down for a while, and he lost some muscle mass. Medication actually was the downfall by using statin drugs and blood pressure lowering drugs. He lost a lot of energy, lost a lot of muscle mass. So he's recently able to put those in file 13, and he, which is the trash can for many of you that haven't heard that term before. And immediately he's got more vitality, start exercising, but he he recently tried to go do some walking and exercise when his blood sugar was low, his caloric intake. Now, this is a part of our weight loss system, as we're going to make available, if you buy into the system, a tool called the InBody. It's a test system that evaluates your muscle mass, your body fat, how
Mhm.
much belly fat in square centimeters you have, your calorie burn, your BMR is evaluated there, as well as a phase angle. We'll tell you more about phase angle when you set up for that test. It basically tells you your biological age. Am I really 66 years old? Or do my cells tell me I'm more closely to 50 years of age? And my wife is just a year younger than I am, and her biological age is nearly 10 years younger than my biological age. She just has different genetics and different metabolic processes, and she does wonderfully.
Mhm.
So we want to reveal that to you. That's why we're setting up this system for weight loss so that you can get excited about the new year, getting into something that's not going to be a fad for you. It's going to be a lifestyle modification program that you're going to do little by little, and little by little, you'll continually see your body chisel its way back to your ideal weight.
Mhm.
So I'm currently at my high school graduation weight, and high school graduation in 2027, just 2 years from now, I will have been graduated 50 years ago. And to be able to maintain your weight from 50 years prior, most people can't say that. I'm going to guess that maybe less than 1% of Americans are still maintaining their optimal musculoskeletal weight. So
Yeah.
I challenge you all, take the plunge, set up for the immune bundle, set up for the weight loss system, and get excited about a new year that we're going to be there for you, especially in this group training that we're going to do. And I know, Jason, you're going to be kicking off some group exercise programs. That's exciting as well for people
Mhm.
who may not be familiar with functional movement. And just the new things that we're willing to do for you folks is because God just, He cares for us and He drives us to change. None of us are where we're supposed to be. because tomorrow we're called to change in a new way. But
Mhm.
God is exactly where He's supposed to be, perfect in all creation, in what He made in you. Now, as Jesus said, be ye perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. That word perfect in the Greek means to be complete. That means you are complete to this point. I am complete to this point, but I know there's some more completion yet forthcoming. And we get excited about that. That's our hope of our calling that Paul talks about, and the richness of the inheritance of the saints who believe. You just have to believe, folks. And your belief in your mind will transform your actions. And of course, your actions will change your condition and your outcome. So
Mhm.
excited, as you can probably tell. Jason, tell us a little bit more about your exercise group plan. Now, folks, before he tells us, I will say this that Jason has been my exercise mentor for a long time. I don't even try to do anything on my own anymore. If I've got an issue, if I've got a problem, recently I had a problem with sciatic nerve pain and I just wasn't getting the results like I used to get. And I needed that little refinement of some movements that allowed for the pain to go away. And it took 24 to 48 hours after Jason sat with me, and this had been a couple of weeks ago, but I was really struggling with the sciatica pain for months. It would get a little bit better and then it would get worse. And the man knows exercise. He's as passionate about exercise as I am about clinical nutrition. And we just make such a great team together, and we're here for you. We're excited for your involvement with the Nutrition Health Center and Prosper Nutrition. We look forward to what the new year has to offer. But tell us, Jason, a little bit
Yeah.
about what we might expect with a group exercise program.
Yeah, well, my goal is to be able to share more about the information I've learned in regard to exercise. So I'm going to offer a class once a week, and this is, to anybody that wants to come. And this is in the Houston, Texas area. This is at our office. We have a clubhouse that will kind of gives us a little more room for a group class. But that's something that, a lot of people are reaching out. They're asking questions about exercise, how they can get over knee pain issues. Knees is a big one. Just different aches and pains people are having. If you're able to get some simple exercise strategies that you can know what to do, like Steve was mentioning, you can actually exercise can be easier and you can get rid of all these aches and pains. And so it's pretty amazing how these little tweaks in lifestyle, little tweaks in the way we exercise can really improve the way we're feeling, the way we're moving, and the quality of our life. So that's my goal, is to have one class a week. I will be sharing information on that coming up soon, as far as when that's going to be, what time that will be. But that's my goal, is to be able to provide that so we can I can coach on form. So basically, one of my goals for these classes is to share like one movement a week that's like our main movement, but then we're going through a routine during that session where we all get a workout in, and then everybody can ask questions about this or that, if y'all have questions too. So I think it's a good format, and we encourage one another when we're together. It's always good to do a group situation because it's very encouraging. It's
Well,
not,
Jason,
groups aren't for everybody, but usually they work really well to encourage each other.
yeah, well, if someone can get in a group session and have a professional that is as in depth as you are about physiology and understanding of body movement, it's worth your time and effort. You can get so much out of it because individual sessions with you, I know, are expensive and your costs are going up next year.
Hmm.
And certainly you're worth your weight in gold in this area. But what I was thinking about is a lot of people, when you talk to them about exercise, certainly I always bring it up during our clinical nutrition visits or naturopathic visits, And a lot of people say, well, I can't because of this knee pain, or I can't because of this shoulder pain, or I can't because of, and they always relate it to a previous injury, or they have this pain. I know that's one of your areas of expertise in identifying what dysfunction is going on, just like you did with my sciatica. You
Right,
were able to implement some movements that I was not doing
right.
that immediately made the difference. I mean, I felt better right away, and then within 24 to 48 hours, the the pain that I had been suffering at a level of like a 7 that would come and go. It would get as high as an 8 or 9, but then it would go down to maybe a 6, and it would do that for a couple of months. I mean, by the time we did those movements, 24 hours later, I was at a 1 or 2 pain level, and now it's virtually gone. Every once in a while, I get a 1 or 2 little
Yeah,
hitch, and I'll
yeah.
get down and do those movements, and then it
Mhm.
goes away. So you learn your limitations, you learn your weaknesses. Like Paul said, your thorns in the flesh. I can't thank you enough, Jason, for
Yeah.
what you do and that you're bringing that to the table for groups so more people can have part of you.
Right. Yeah, I think it'll be real good. We're going to be doing more classes here in the Houston area, folks, through the Nutrition and Health Center. So stay tuned. If you are local, get in touch with us, get in touch with our office. It's going to be an exciting year. We're going to have a lot going on. But we're very excited. But this is our effort in making America healthy again. What are you doing to help make America healthy again? That's the question we're asking today. Do one thing. Just make one improvement, whether it's, taking a better vitamin C, doing vitamin C max instead of some ascorbic acid that's not as good for you. From prospernutrition.com, you can do the vitamin C max, get your immune system healthy, like we were talking about earlier, Steve, to help your body to handle all the foreign invaders in a better way. Or start doing, 5 minutes of exercise once a day, to go for a walk or stretch, or drink more water or get to bed at a better time. Try one thing, and that one thing you can build on that. Like Steve was mentioning, we want to be better, just work on improving ourselves each day. And we're all working on that. We're not these perfect people. We're striving to be better. So we encourage you to do that. All the supplements we've talked about today, the immune bundle, the vitamin C max, and other supplements, if you use the coupon code 120624 show, that's 120624 show. That's today's date, but if you're watching the show later, it'll be good on your next order. And that will get you 10% off your next order. And you'll use that code at checkout. There's like a little area for coupon code. You'll just enter that in. It'll give you 10% off. So get started with the immune bundle. Start feeling the difference. The vitamin C max, you can do a C cleanse that really a lot of people feel some amazing improvements after the first C cleanse. Steve, you and I have seen clients improve their life by doing regular C cleansing, transforming cancer, heavy metal poisoning, all sorts of health issues. People have turned around by doing C cleansing. So y'all can feel that difference, and we want you to. If you have questions, get in touch with us, info@prospernutrition.com. We're a family-owned company. We're here in the United States. We manufacture the supplements here in the US. So we're here and committed to helping you be healthy, helping America be healthy again, and we want to encourage you to do your part. So thank y'all for watching. Steve, you have any last words for
I do,
everybody?
Jason. Thank you for asking that. Listen,
Yeah.
in the state of Texas, I got a message from the National Health Freedom Action. Uh, They are a group that keeps us up to date with what's going on. And there are some bills being introduced for next year. They're already in play that are going to change our Constitution in the state of Texas to protect our rights. The first
Mhm.
one, write this down, everybody, HJR R91 proposes an amendment to protect the right to say no to vaccine. HB 1468, that's HB 1468, would currently change the law regarding vaccines mandates by healthcare facilities and give more freedom to the individual to say no. HB 1356 would ban discrimination on healthcare access. SB 96 adds to the vaccine administration requirements and also protects medical exemptions for immunization. SB 95 strengthens Texas informed consent rules for minors and adds civil liberty or civil liability for non-compliant. And there's a couple more here. HB 468 would prohibit the state's Health and Human Service Commission from adding to the vaccine schedule for elementary and secondary schools. Folks, when we were growing up and we hardly got sick at all, we only had like 2 or 3 vaccines all the way up until we were teenage years. Now the vaccine list till they become teenagers is like 40, 50, 60. I know it's some outrageous number, I forget. So they're trying to whittle that back down and get the chemicals and poisons and preservatives out of there that are causing so many neurological damaging effects. SB 119 requires labeling for foods that contain mRNA vaccine material. This is a scary one. The foods that we have now are not protected in that way. So FDA restrictions, actually it guards against our own national government from forcing mandates at the Texas level. So SJR 10 is a proposal for statewide vote on new constitutional amendment, acknowledging the right to refuse medical treatment. And that's it, folks. So we'll bring those back up in the future. I know you'll start to see them more in the media, and we'll make those available to you so you can support those and give your legislators a thumbs up and encourage that so the people are having the voice. Your voice was heard. Now the right people are in position to make a difference, but you still need to be heard. It's not a time to lay down and relax. We got to get bold. If the people will lead, the leaders will follow. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank y'all. Take care now.